God brings hope, and whatever is done in the dark will be brought out in the light.
On June 16, 2018, Jermaine Charlo went missing. She was last seen in this area near Orange Street in Missoula. Her disappearance has garnered national attention, and local leaders say they are still looking for answers. Answers that the family says they so badly need.
We never move on.
Charlo's aunt, Valinda Morjo, says they've missed Jermaine every single day.
Even if we find her not alive, that we can find whoever killed her to bring them to justice.
Charlo is from Dixon, Montana, and her 25th birthday was in April. She has 2 sons.
Her boys don't know where she is. One day your mom's home and you're so little that you don't understand, like, that she's gone missing, and that you just don't understand, like, why she's not home with you every night.
Charlo has become a face of the missing and murdered Indigenous women movement.
Never stop fighting to bring justice to the women who are gone on. Never stop looking for those loved ones that are still missing.
Local search and rescue group, the Lifeguard Group, has conducted 18 searches for Charlo and has another planned for this Friday.
As days go by, the odds go farther and farther away from our favor. But the fact that she's still missing, the family deserves for us to look.
The Missoula Police Department says it's completed search warrants and interviews and investigated dozens of leads.
It's important for us to find out all we can to provide some closure on this case for this family.
Morjo says the family won't stop looking.
We have to keep searching for her as if she's still alive, and that's our biggest hope, is that when we find her, she's still with us.
18 searches, no answers, 2 children at home. What happens when the trail goes cold? You know, Donald, working here at Court TV and other places covering these types of stories, I've seen many times where years later, sometimes 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years later, someone is still working a case and sometimes a break happens. How about here when the trail goes cold after a couple of years?
Yeah, Vinny, you know, I think everybody knows that after the first 48 hours, a case gets cold. Officers and detectives, they have to go back to their regular work. Detectives frequently have a pile of cases that they got to keep working on. But somehow, some way, somebody keeps that candle going. You know, when you look at the victim's family here, the aunt talking, you know, with tears in her eyes 2 years later, talking about 2 little boys that lost their mother, somebody in the department, somebody in the DA's office keeps that flame going, and they keep investigating it. And that's what's wonderful about law enforcement, is you've got people with big hearts that really care, that keep that flame going. You know, hopefully the department can keep it going with the budgetary cuts and everything that's going on, but that's what cases like this always need, and law enforcement never gives up.
And Donald, the thing that I've learned from families that are in this predicament, in this situation, in this tragedy, is that at the end of the day, they just want to know. You know, because if you don't know, I guess you can hold on to the hope that, yes, maybe they will return someday. But at the end of the day, they want to know. They want to know what happened. And I'm thinking of these 2 kids at home. Someday they are going to be without an answer. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, Vinny, you just look at all of the cases that make it on TV, and you watch the victims go into the courtroom, and you know, there's this sense of relief that I don't think you and I, unless we've experienced these things, could even understand that. But there's this real sense of relief that justice was done. Somebody found our loved one, and at least that brings them closer to, you know, having some peace.